Why would you go to that island, Piers?
You better be sure. You better be ready to not take it there. You better be sure.
Epstein's honest.
To people like you, sir, I don't mind that. You make yourself look like an idiot every single day when your wife is at home posting pictures that you're out and she wants to get used like a toy by a big black man who is cleaning her car. Is that why you have a problem with me? Is that?
I think you're a fucking idiot. I think you're a sexist, misogynist, homophobic twerp who got
What is new, Bash Crew? Before I even start this video, I actually didn't know who HS Tiki Taki was. I'm sure I've seen him before on social media. And I don't know too much about the stuff that he posts or what he stands for, so I'm not gonna take a stance saying that I like the guy. But I did watch the Netflix documentary, and you know, obviously, I will say you get a little bit of respect for owning, knowing that you're a grifter at least, right? Like you get a little bit of respect of that. But today, you know, not even today, a few days ago, him and Piers Morgan. You know, Piers Morgan likes to bring on a lot of people after they have like famous moments, especially to see them crash and burn even more. And he's actually quite good at it, but I think that he got rage baited. It's absolutely crazy the way that this interview starts.
Just pick it up. I'm just curious why you did the show. Did you not know Louis Theroux? Did you think it would be something else? Are you pleased with the way you came over?
So I had no idea who Louis Theroux was. I thought it was a very, very fun experience. I've even texted him since saying that, you know, I enjoyed making it, and the backlash I've received from it, I also enjoy that as well, because I've got, you know, I can rage bait people in my DMs, which I enjoy doing anyway.
Comes down to it, you can kind of see that immediately Piers Morgan kind of has this approach where he starts asking questions to kind of guide you towards a certain point of view, a certain standpoint with what he's saying. But it's just kind of, you know, Gen Z, we grew up on the internet, we grew up being rage baited our whole lives. Like, you're not gonna, you know, you're not gonna be able to get one over on us. And you can quite literally see that, like, you know, HS Tiki Taki, he's just used to it compared to Piers Morgan. He's like, how can I unsettle this guy? And, you know, normally maybe for the millennials, maybe for the boomers, this would work. But this is not going to work for a Gen Zer.
As I was saying to you when we tried to start this, what you want to do with your life is entirely down to you. It's no impact on me whatsoever. And if if you had a son who turned out to be gay, you would disown him, you said.
No, my actual life ambition, right, genuinely since young, is to grow up, make money, retire my mum, meet a nice girl from a good family, then have a gay child who fucks other guys. That's what I want. So I genuinely want that. I also want him to go out on the weekend and put makeup on and you know, dance around in the gay strips.
Listen,
no, I want that.
I can hear your fan base cheering you on. I know what you're doing. It's the double down, treble down. In fact, I saw some of your posts on social media before you did this interview. I'm going to own everything. I'm going to double down. I'm going to play that game. Fuentes did that a bit with me. And you know,
continue starting to dig at it. He's trying to take that higher moral ground, and he just can't get it. He just can't get it. You can't get it off of a generation of people who grew up on the internet, who's been doing this since, you know, like if you're watching this, you're probably a Gen Z or maybe you're a millennial, but we've been doing this rage bait shit since we were kids, especially if you're black. He looks like he might be half black. I think his dad was like a rugby player or something like that, and he was black, and his mom is white. So especially if you're black, you've grown up with, you know, the racial insults, so you got to grow thick skin to pause. I mean, fuck it, right? Real quickly, if you like what I have to say, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. We are growing fast. Join the Bash Crew. I love y'all, family. Back to the video. But you got to grow thick skin, right? Especially as a black person. So I'm pretty sure this guy is used to being rage baited all day long. So it's like he could do, like, it's like he looks like he's used to it. And Piers Morgan's just trying to take that higher moral ground. But you got to understand, Gen Z motherfuckers do not give a fuck. And this guy, especially this guy right here, HS Tiki Taki, he does not look like he gives a single fuck. And, you know, obviously too, what you got to understand is that a lot of these social media teams, they run deep background searches before they come onto these podcasts. And Piers Morgan is still not used to that. Because I think the same thing might have even happened with Clavicular whenever he tried bringing him on to Piers Morgan and tried taking a moral high ground too with it.
Why would you go to that island, Piers?
So yeah, Piers Morgan is just out of touch. He is getting rage baited. But yeah, at this point, like it's like the Gen Zers, a lot of them, they just don't give a fuck. We're used to all this rage baiting online, racism online, sexism, like all this stuff. Nobody takes it seriously. Like we know there's a bunch of grifters. And it's like, you know, I mean, obviously there's people like me who kind of take it seriously, but there's people you get like this on the right, you know, who might just be right adjacent, where it's like, it's weird how now you can't even like, you know, it's like they want to be edgy. The only way to be edgy is to be on the right, which is racist, sexist, misogynistic. But anyways, that's all to say that, you know, Piers just gets rage baited all the time. He's been getting rage baited by Gen Zers, and it's absolutely funny, kind of, to be honest, even though I don't like these guys.
Do you know what, bro? There's not a game.
By the way, I'm not your bro, Harrison. Call me Piers. I'll call you.
What, you don't want to be my bro?
I don't really want to be your bro, mainly because I have two bros of my own. One of whom was an army colonel, and one of whom is an excellent man as well. However, let me just ask you what you said in the documentary. You clearly actually would, by your own admission, disown a son who said they were gay. And yet your mother, you said, hates people that are racist, sexist, homophobic, and so on. Why be so brazenly homophobic if your own mother, who you clearly love and respect and care about, if she's so against that, why would you be so happy to be brazenly homophobic?
I wouldn't say I'm homophobic.
You would disown a child for being gay. That's about as homophobic as it gets.
That's your opinion, and in my opinion, that's not
homophobic.
homophobic.
It's a fact of what homophobia is.
Okay.
Like I said, Piers is just fighting HS Tiki Taki to get the moral high ground here. And I promise you, like it gets even wilder when you see what HS Tiki Taki actually reveals about Piers Morgan and his wife. And I don't think it matters what aisle that you come from on the internet. It's crazy what he actually does end up revealing.
Belief is, if you grow up,
no, we don't actually.
You work your whole life.
We both come from the same belief, which is we were brought up by mothers who did not share this view. So actually, we're very similar. It's just you've taken a weird turn where your mother, who hates homophobia, has got a son who actually thinks it's perfectly okay to say you would disown your own child, your own son, if they said they were gay. And
would you be happy if you raised your son and your son came out gay? Would you be happy, Piers? Would you be happy, Piers, if you had one child, one son?
I wouldn't care less.
You wouldn't care?
No.
Okay, then that's your beliefs. Me and you have totally different beliefs.
No, but
I know that you're trying to double down on this point.
Yeah, but Harrison, why do you think your belief does not constitute homophobia?
Piers, we can all have a push and a shove. You might not agree with some of my points. I don't agree with some things that you do and the way that you act.
That's fine.
And I don't need to go into them. But if you want me to, and you want this to turn into something that it doesn't need to be, then we can all have a push and a shove.
And to be fair to HS Tiki Taki, he is kind of warning him. He's like, hey, Piers Morgan, hey, you're wanting to go here. I want the conversation to remain kind of tactful and more polite and chill. You want to remain on the controversial side. We can go there. We can go there. And he does not disappoint. Like he definitely raises eyebrows. I'm somebody who I don't even really look at Piers Morgan and all that, but I'm looking at Piers Morgan like, huh. I mean, like, you know, obviously I need to do my research because a lot of these right wingers, they just put out bullshit online and they lie all the time. But it's like, did you go to that island, Piers? Did you? Huh?
Interested in how you felt this Netflix show went. And the things that Louis Theroux had you saying on camera.
What I do with my children is up to me.
Of course. Okay? Of course.
I don't agree with you going to Epstein's island and having freak-offs with Ghislaine Maxwell and the rest of them. But I don't need to bring it up because this is a...
Oh my mic was me. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. To be able to say that onto some sort of mainstream platform, that is absolutely unheard of. That is unhinged. That is crazy. That's crazy. I think that everybody on whatever I think we can unite as people to know that we all want whoever is on that island to come to justice. Obviously, I don't know what Piers Morgan did on that island, so I'm not going to say Piers Morgan was on that island or he wasn't on that island. And like I said, you got to take what these these red pillars and racists are these these misogynists and all these conspiracy theorists. You got to take what they say with a grain of salt, but obviously not every conspiracy is wrong. So, whew.
And
just to be
everything
clear,
like this.
Harrison,
okay.
Harrison,
Okay. I don't agree with that,
just
sir.
to be clear,
Freak offs on the island.
Yes, nor do I. And as is a
Are you
stated
sure?
fact,
Are you sure?
do you want to keep doing this? You'll make yourself look very stupid.
Are you sure, Piers?
And I promise you, boy, he does not disappoint. It only gets worse from here. When he says, "Are you sure?" And when someone says, "Are you sure?" When a nigga look at you and say, "Are you sure?" Are you sure? You better be sure. You better be ready to not take it there. You better be sure.
Epstein's Island, I'm 100% positive. I never met the man, never went to his island. I met Ghislaine Maxwell for 5 minutes at a book launch. If you've got any supplementary
Mentioned a lot of times.
no
mentioned
problem.
a lot of times in there,
listen,
sir.
I have no problem. You're not, I don't think, if I say this very respectfully, I don't think you're very well informed about things like that, or you wouldn't go there because it's.
Why are you in the files?
Why don't you check the 27 references to me in the files?
Why are you in the files, sir? Very close to these types of people.
Go and check. And all your followers, you can. The great thing about the Epstein files, you can put somebody's name in, and you can
like
see
to compare
everything that
me
comes up.
to Tate and Myron and everyone else.
This.
So,
Harrison,
because my name is close to them in the manosphere. But if I compare you to Epstein and Maxwell, you have a clear problem with it.
I have no problem.
And to be fair, what he is saying is not necessarily false. It's actually kind of true. And I think Piers Morgan has to be prepared for more guests to challenge him like that, because it's like, otherwise, it's like you can't be trying to rage bait people. You used to be you used to be like a major rage baiter. Pause, right? I keep saying pause, fuck it. But you used to be a major rage baiter, and you're getting rage baited, and you look like you're getting upset. You should be prepared already for people to kind of bring these things up, especially since Clavicular brought it up the last time.
The others
Harrison,
in this homophobic, misogynistic, whatever world. I'm comparing you to Epstein then, because you're in his files.
Harrison,
exactly.
You're making yourself look an even bigger idiot than you did on the Netflix show.
Oh, really? Really? Yes. To people like you, sir, I don't mind that. You make yourself look like an idiot every single day when your wife is at home posting pictures that you're out and she wants to get used like a toy by a big black man who is cleaning her car. Is that why you have a problem with me? Is that why you're pushing this homophobic narrative? Because I'm the big black man.
I wouldn't be surprised if Piers Morgan is racist now. I would not be surprised. Jesus Christ. On your own channel, to get exposed like this on your own channel, it is nuts. It is nuts. And like I said, Piers Morgan, you gotta be expecting it. Gen Z, they are unhinged. They do not give a fuck. We are adults now. It's kind of crazy to think, oh man, I'm 25, and I think HSTikTok is like, I don't know, he's a similar age, maybe like 27, 28. But Gen Z, we're old now. We're not old, but we're getting older.
Okay, we can all have a push and a shove, sir. Let's go back to talking about the documentary and less of the homophobia.
Do you know what? Here's what I think about you. I watched the documentary. I think you're a fucking idiot. I think you're a sexist, misogynist, homophobic twerp who got exposed in a global way by Netflix, by Louis Theroux, for what you are. You're a little half-wit, and you'll make your little followers
don't get rattled.
Have a little laugh
don't get
and everything
rattled.
else. But I don't see any point wasting. There's no point me wasting my time talking to you. Is there? What's the point?
Exactly. No. Do you know what? Let's chill it down then, because what I just said. There's 50 more things that we can have a stupid back and forth and try and one up each other.
I don't
just
care
talk
about
to me
your silly
normally.
insults.
Talk to me normally. Talk to me normally.
I don't care about your silly insults.
But what do you mean you don't care? What do you mean you don't care? What I said is facts. I have a picture of it. I can flip it around and show you right now.
I couldn't care less about your silly little insults. You're It's like a 2-year-old. Why would I care?
A 2-year-old. A 2-year-old. Listen, sir, I don't know why you come on and you talk like you're holier than thou. As soon as you're away,
All right, let's
who's
end
this?
this.
Applications are open.
All right,
And I'm surprised Piers Morgan even let him get this off, but after this, he just pretty much rage quits. And I love how, you know, the funniest part about it is that all you hear on the live stream that he ends off with is cooked. It's just cooked.
let's end this, please.
Cooked.
There you go. Gen Z is absolutely unhinged and does not give a fuck, and we're adults now. So this is what happens when you get raised on the internet. You get a whole generation raised on the internet. But pretty much from here, Piers Morgan. I mean, he'll make a comeback. He's highly successful. He's old. He's established. This is not gonna stain his career, but I think more people are gonna look at him and be like, I don't really respect you, Piers Morgan, because you know you publicly, your wife publicly has spoken out, and has said, you know, certain things about taking hiatuses away from your relationship.
Marriage sabbatical, I'm guessing, with a lot of boundaries and from a very strong position in the first place.
Yes, I think that I having thought that I had sort of invented the idea, a quick Google told me that this is apparently quite a big thing in America and also Australia, funnily.
But if you like what I have to say, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and join the Bash crew. I love y'all, family. Click on my next videos to keep hearing me talk. Deuce.